This weekend, I had my iPhone in my hand when I fell, and I totally shattered the screen. And it made me think about, we're so dependent on technology, but it's so breakable and temporary and stuff. But it also made me think about what technology I am afraid of. One of the big things on the list, any sort of wearable thing, the Google Glasses, the Apple Watch. I don't like that. They're trying to turn us into cyborgs, and I don't want to be a cyborg. There was that NPR podcast on Invisibilia about the guy who, for like 20 years, has walked around with a computer attached to his body, and he named it. It's terrifying. And he was very like, ooh, this is the future. If you're not into this, you're silly. No, you're silly, because you walk around with a computer attached to your face all the time. That's crazy. Biggest things I'm afraid of is a 3D printer. And I realize that old people are also afraid of this because I watched this episode of The Good Wife on CBS, the Old People Network. This guy used a 3D printer to make a gun, but he messed up with the logistics of it. So when he shot it at the shooting range, it exploded everywhere and shrapnel got into this other guy. Terrifying that people can have 3D printers and make anything, especially guns. But even if they couldn't make guns, I'd still be afraid. Like on Grey's Anatomy, Christina used it to make arteries and she wants to make a heart. What? You're using a printer to print organs? I don't know, gotta stop. It's too much. Other things I'm afraid of, rear view cameras on cars. Every time I'm in a car with one of those, I can never figure out what is sort of the actual distance of that when I'm actually looking at in relation to the back of my car. I don't like that. It seems like a trick. Bluetooth. I don't like Bluetooth. Like when people have Bluetooth headphones, why? Why can't you just connect it to the phone? Your music's traveling through the air and it's getting to the thing and it's draining your battery. I don't know. I don't like Bluetooth. Robots. Really not excited about robots. But you know why? Because what personality are we gonna give the robots, right? I know we're not there yet. Right now we're just sort of at basic robot level. But if we give them artificial intelligence, what kind of people are we gonna make the robots? And my fear is that kind of all these Silicon Valley tech bros, who are probably the guys who are gonna make the robots, are gonna give them horrible, bro-y, douchey personalities. And I think that would be bad if we had a bunch of robots who were also bros. I don't want that. Web cameras. I know that's kind of hypocritical since I'm using one right now on my computer, but it kind of freaks me out that my computer has one because I feel like I read some scare articles about how maybe people can hack them and they can just watch you all the time. And so I don't like that there's kind of the camera there always watching us. I guess I feel the same way about security cameras. Like at work, I always wave at the security camera because I'm like, who's watching me right now? What's up? But I don't like that sort of hidden surveillance thing. Dating apps. I'm afraid of dating apps. I guess maybe it's that sort of 2002 mindset of if you meet someone on the internet, they're gonna murder you. But how do you know someone you meet on Tinder isn't gonna murder you? You don't know. And then also just some random person looking at you and making jokes about you on the internet. And I guess that's always possible when you put yourself on the internet, like right now. But with dating apps, I just don't like it. It seems like a bad idea. Also Instagram. Again, I guess it's that documentation surveillance thing, but I think people share too much on Instagram. Too many photos. That's what I find terrifying about technology, but it is not an all-inclusive list. Feel free to comment with things that you are also afraid of. Any ideas for videos, subscribe, comment, like, Twitter, follow, whole 9 yards of that sort of internet stuff.